We left Teotihuacan and headed east towards Puebla for a quick overnight stop before making our way south towards Oaxaca. We're glad to be leaving the most densely populated part of Mexico and get to more wide open spaces. We've been to Oaxaca City before, but this time we chose a different campground to stay at. Here in mainland, we had expected for camping to be cheaper than Baja, but unfortunately that has not been the case.
I think it looks especially cool because the sun is setting good.
The usual rate here at El Rancho Campground is 300 pesos per night for 2 people. But they charge extra for kids, like many places here on mainland. So our nightly price shot up to 450 pesos. But for a week-long stay, you get a free night. That lands us at 2,700 pesos for the week. That's about 21 US dollars per night. It's not bad for the US, but pretty pricey for Oaxaca. However, there's electricity, water, hot showers, a communal kitchen, and a nice swimming pool. We'll take it. This campground is actually just outside of Oaxaca City. The closest town that you can walk to is a little village called Santa Maria del Tule. We took a stroll to check out the town and found the main square to be really beautiful and charming. There's a famous Montezuma cypress tree next to their church, with the trunk having a diameter of nearly 50 feet across. We also have a birthday here during our 2-week stay. We had considered leaving after 1 week, but the lack of fun birthday activities kept us here for a second. We found our newest 11-year-old birthday boy a trampoline park nearby to spend the day. Even better is that they had ices at their snack bar.
Is it really blueberry or is it blue raspberry? Ava, you make a mistake.
So we got them all sugared up before we headed back.
Cake.
Are you happy with your choice?
They wrote like muffin.
I thought you were gonna write bread on it.
Wow, very
You said I was good. You said I could have wrote a bad word, but I didn't because I'm a good child.
You can't do it.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luca. Happy birthday to you.
There's a tiny bit of the
Where did
seed.
you guys go?
You got ake.
I got kake.
You don't know?
We don't know.
We don't know what the heck it is.
I think it's so cute.
At the end of our 2-week stay, we packed up and headed towards the state of Chiapas. Oaxaca was the furthest we have been in Mexico up until now. Everything from here on forward to us is unknown territory.
So today we made it, I think, as far south. Well, not geographically as far south, but we made it as far away from the US border in Mexico as we have ever in the past. Last time we were down here, we went as far towards the Guatemala border as Salina Cruz, which we're only about maybe 10-20 miles from at this spot. But this spot is actually further east, which means we're closer to the Guatemala border than we have ever been. And we spent the last 2 weeks in Oaxaca City, which is about 5,000 feet in elevation. The weather was really nice. It got as high as maybe 80s, mid 80s during the day, and then at night it cools down to the mid 50s. So we were just kind of enjoying our time there, so we spent a couple of weeks there. Didn't really do a whole lot, just caught up on school and work. But we eventually had to leave, which is what took us here. We're at the town called Tehuantepec, which is in between Oaxaca City and the city of San Cristobal de las Casas in Chiapas. And I think that's where we're headed today. It's quite a bit of a drive. We've never been to Chiapas, so this is going to be pretty cool. It'll be a new experience for us. And San Cristobal de las Casas is supposed to be a really cool town. It's just everything's gotten so expensive lately. The campground that we're trying to stay at, pretty much the only available campground that you can stay at there. It's $350 for 2 people in a vehicle, but then they charge per kid 75 pesos per kid, and then on top of that they charge 25 pesos per day per pet, which is pretty aggravating for us. We're gonna end up paying something like $6.25 a night, which is like $35. Man, we don't even pay that much when we camp in the US, but we just don't know of another good option where we can camp in San Cristobal, where the cats can roam free. But anyways, we're gonna check it out. There's a couple of options. There's a hostel in town that we can park on the street and use their facilities inside. There's also some guy who's got a backyard that we can camp at. Speaking of backyards, this is kind of where we're at. This is not a campground, this is just somebody's property. And then they have like some fruit trees, they have a little casita over there, they have water in the cisterns, and there's like some kind of animal pen that's kind of abandoned. They're not even here. It's a couple. I don't know where they're from. Their name is Renee and Paulina. On iOverlander is where we found this place. A few people have stayed here. They charge 200 pesos a night. There's a padlock on the gate, and you message them on WhatsApp, and then they give you the code. This is apparently a place that they bought where they were building out their van. And the people that were here before said, oh yeah, they're totally cool, they're building out their van, we're here, we're just hanging out. There's actually electrical hookup right there we plugged in last night, so we can blast our fans. It got really hot last night. We had it only got as low as 75 in the middle of the night, and today it's gonna get over 100. I think the high of today here is 105. So we're gonna try to get out of here before that happens. But yeah, these people, they're not even here. They took a trip in their van somewhere that they built, and they are broken down. So we've been messaging them. They're not gonna be here at all. So we're just gonna slice some money under the door of their casita, and then we're gonna go. So, long drive today. We probably won't get there until sometime in the afternoon, but should be cooler. San Cristobal should be about as cool as, actually maybe even cooler. It's 7,500 feet in elevation. So I think it's like 70s during the day and 50s at night. That should be very comfortable for us. Look how big you are. Don't eat the cat food. These people have a couple cats. Since they're not here to watch them, we're leaving them a bunch of food. But one of the cats didn't look so good, and we haven't seen it since. So we also got some water over here for them. I guess that's feed they put out for the chickens. Maybe water for the chickens too. I don't know. Hopefully they get back here in time to take care of their cats. Starlink has been doing really well. I don't know if you guys know, but we have Mexican Starlink. We bought it in Cabo, well, Todos. And $75 a month we've been paying for the Starlink Roam option. And it's been doing really well. We can't really quite imagine what we do without it, but we may have to once we get out of Mexico in case they shut us off. It's supposed to work for a couple months afterwards, but we will see. But so far, so good. I'll pull it down, you catch it.
But I wanted to pull it down because I feel like they're gonna break my skull. God.
Okay. No, reach.
More?
Yeah. Ah. Okay.
Ah. It smells like mangoes. Smell it. Smell.
After a single night in the heat, we made it back up in elevation to the town of San Cristobal de las Casas. Once again, we found the camping prices to be really high. Here especially, the only campground in town wanted to charge us nearly 800 pesos a night because they consider our kids to be adults as well as wanted to charge each for our cats. We left immediately after finding out and found a spot in front of La Casa de Paco, a hostel in town who will let us park outside and use their facilities for a fee. San Cristobal de las Casas is a beautiful old town full of old churches and other colonial-era structures. It is popular with tourists and full of great food, arts, and crafts.
This was the last muffin.
Why? A little dry?
Just a little.
Oh. What did you guys get? Donut. Maple, always. How's that? Is it dry or it's okay? Yeah?
Oh my god. Mine's so dry. I have no water.
Oh boy.
You gotta go to the
I'm afraid to eat mine now. Alright, let's go.
Since we haven't been in places with a ton of food options, we found a fancy but expensive Thai restaurant to splurge for one night.
Fanciness is this? Traditional pad thai. How do you feel?
I didn't try yet.
Okay. How do you feel? How do you? Oh, you don't have yours yet? Oh, how come it's in a different plate? It's interesting, huh?
Nice spicy. Spicy? No, no spicy.
Wow,
How
vegetarian.
long can be deceiving? It's like sugar.
Gracias.
From here, we have to decide on where to next. Our original plan was to head north into the Yucatan Peninsula, but seeing the weather report of extreme heat at lower elevations is giving us second thoughts. While in San Cristobal, we met up with new friends Zach and Ruta of Further Off Road, whom we met in Oaxaca just the week before. They had planned to drive towards the border of Guatemala after their time here and asked if we wanted to tag along. A new country, cooler temps in high elevation, and traveling with new friends? Sold. Let's do it.